How many of you have participated in some crazy daredevil event, like jumping a dirt bike over the Grand Canyon, or an extreme sport, like skydiving? Well, what about bungee jumping or whitewater rafting? Now, I know some of you have gone mudding in your pickups or even a four-wheeler or two. How many of you have taken your driving exam and may, or may not, have passed with flying colors? Have you ever given a speech? Or maybe asked your crush out on a date? We've all had those times when we've been presented with an opportunity and we have two options. One, to let it pass us by, or two, to say Geronimo and take the leap of faith. Sometimes we say no to opportunities because we fear the outcome. Sometimes we have more important priorities. And sometimes we just can't get out of our comfort zone. There are a lot of reasons to say no to an opportunity, but there are even more reasons to say yes. How many of you have passed up the chance to do something crazy, out of the ordinary, or downright outrageous? Have you ever thought about what you may have missed? What if you had said yes? More often than not, we use excuses like, I'm tired, I'm busy, I don't have enough time to pass up an opportunity. We're all guilty of it. I am famous for telling myself that I can't. I can't do that. It can wait till tomorrow. Sometimes we forget that opportunities don't have to be big, crazy, or outrageous, but instead come to us and seem small or average looking, so we don't notice them. Each new day is a chance to be successful. 24 hours to learn and to grow. Since we've had the opportunity to be in ag classes, we're able to be here today. We're in the blue jacket. When our teachers give us work, we have the opportunity to better our schools for our futures. When looking at it that way, why wouldn't we want to go to school, do our homework, and give our best effort possible? Because we all have excuses. Two individuals that are the perfect example of people who have never passed up an opportunity or made an excuse are my parents, James and Rena Wahl. My mom grew up in a broken home and often didn't live with her parents, yet she took the opportunity to graduate high school and make a life for herself. My dad was raised in a farming family, raised to come home and take over the operation when the time came, yet he pursued his dreams of going to art school and becoming a photographer. Both of my parents took the opportunity to serve in the Peace Corps. They took 2 years out of their own lives to serve others and to see the world. Their experiences changed them forever, and they saw life in a different light afterwards. My mom took a chance when I was 5 years old to change her career, to become a massage therapist, a job she is truly passionate about. She's also taken the opportunity to serve on our town city council and school board to better our community. My dad came home to farm to support his family and to help feed the billions of people in this world. He pushes the limits of dryland wheat farming each year with new techniques and approaches. He does this not only to increase his production capability, but secure the future of agriculture. My parents have constantly said Geronimo and taken the leap, not always knowing what the outcome might be. I look up to them and hope that one day I can be as brave as they are. Everyone in this Coliseum right now has the opportunity to go to school, while there are kids all over the world wishing they could get an education. Kids like Malala Yousafzai, a 17-year-old girl from Pakistan who was shot in the head by a terrorist group for speaking out about girls' education. What's even more is that she was later to receive a Nobel Prize for her survival and her voice. We don't have to worry about our right to go to school or somebody taking that away from us. What's even more is that we get to be in the FFA. These blue jackets that we wear represent a multitude of things, one of which is opportunity. Now, I've said this word probably 50 times by now because the opportunities that we are presented with are limitless, but only if we choose to notice and accept them. The time we have is too short to live complacently. I have passed up opportunities that could have changed my life. But when I joined FFA, those past opportunities became fewer and fewer because of my ag teacher, Mr. Andy Williams. Everyone here has an ag teacher or a mentor that pushes us to be our best. While taking opportunities might be scary or uncomfortable, our mentors show us that by saying Geronimo, we grow infinitely. Throughout the 6 years that I had Mr. Williams as a teacher, he believed in me and my abilities. I would not be standing up here on this stage if he hadn't pushed me to keep going and to continually say, Geronimo! Everyone here has someone like Mr. Williams who will stand behind you, no matter if you fear the outcome, if your priorities don't necessarily line up, or if that comfort zone is just too hard to get out of. Saying Geronimo doesn't mean finding something that you're great at, but rather being open to options. Take the time to find your passions, to invest in yourself, improve your math skills, become a pro at parliamentary procedure, or learn how to be the best cook ever. The more chances you take now, the more opportunities you'll get down the road. In February, WAFA hosted our 212-360 conference, and the lesson the facilitators taught really struck me. While in the FFA, we become accustomed to learning a plethora of acronyms, one of which is NEXT. It means pushing yourself to the next degree of growth. As I sat through the sessions, I saw so many of our incredible members go from being uncomfortable and shy to reaching their unique potential. They were taking bold risks and pushing their boundaries, all the while leaving their comfort zones in the dust. While at the conference, I was inspired by this quote: "Good enough never is. Having an okay, an average, or good enough experience in life won't make us happy or successful. Let's reach that next degree by pushing ourselves for excellence whenever we can. Don't do anything halfway, and don't settle for ordinary. There is a beautiful world out there with infinite potential and chances." Geronimo! You see, we may find a million reasons to say no to an opportunity, but I promise we can find 1,000,001 reasons to say Geronimo. What we do now can define our futures. Washington FFA, thank you for letting me truly realize the meaning of Geronimo and spend this last year with you. What are you going to do to make today, tomorrow, and every day count? Are you going to take every opportunity? Will you step out of your comfort zone? Will you make excuses, or will you say Geronimo? One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away.